Am I the a-hole for reading my partner's messages and discovering something shocking? Hey Reddit, I'm in a seriously messy situation, and I need some unbiased advice. I'm feeling conflicted about my actions, but after what I found out, I'm not sure where to stand anymore. Here's the whole story, so you can decide if I'm the a-hole or not. I 29F have been with my partner Hunter 31M for about 3 years now. Overall, our relationship has been pretty solid. We live together, have talked about the future, and it felt like we were on the same page with most things. But recently, I've been noticing some changes in his behavior that have made me question a lot. He's become more distant, constantly on his phone, and when I ask him about his day or who he's talking to, he's become really evasive. At first, I brushed it off because I didn't want to seem paranoid or controlling, but after weeks of the same strange behavior, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. He started going out more often, and when he came home late, his stories didn't always add up. I tried to tell myself I was overthinking, but it was getting harder to ignore my gut. One night, while he was in the shower, I saw his phone light up with a message notification. I glanced over and noticed it was from someone named Nina, who I had never heard him mention before. Curiosity got the best of me, and before I knew it, I picked up his phone. Yes, I know this is where I may have crossed a line. I get it, reading your partner's messages is an invasion of privacy, and it's something I never thought I'd do. But my instincts were screaming at me that something wasn't right. When I opened his messages with Nina, my heart sank. They weren't overtly romantic, but they were definitely flirty, and the way they were talking made it clear they had been spending time together without my knowledge. The messages were full of inside jokes and late-night conversations, and they'd even made plans to meet up several times. What hurt the most was that he was lying to me about where he was when he was actually with her. I scrolled up further in their chat history, and that's when I found something truly shocking. Hunter had been confiding in Nina about our relationship, and not in a good way. He had been telling her that we were going through a rough patch and that he wasn't sure if we were going to make it. He made me sound like some nagging, overbearing girlfriend, which was far from the truth. He even said things like, "I don't know if I'm happy anymore," which felt like a punch to the gut because he never once mentioned feeling that way to me. I was devastated. Not only was he being emotionally distant with me, but he was also emotionally intimate with another woman. It felt like a huge betrayal. I confronted him that night as soon as he got out of the shower. I didn't even care about admitting that I had looked through his phone because at that moment, I needed answers. When I asked him who Nina was and why he was confiding in her instead of me, he looked shocked at first, then got defensive. He accused me of not trusting him and invading his privacy. He claimed that nothing was going on between them, that they were just friends, and that I was blowing everything out of proportion. But when I pointed out the flirty messages and how he had lied about his whereabouts, he couldn't deny it. Instead, he tried to turn the tables, saying that my actions snooping through his phone were the real issue. Now, here's where I'm conflicted. Yes, I read his messages without his permission, which I know is a violation of trust, but does that justify what I found? If I hadn't looked, I would have never known that he was having emotional conversations with another woman and hiding it from me. Am I the a-hole for invading his privacy, even though it led to uncovering something so hurtful? I haven't spoken to him much since the confrontation. He's been sleeping on the couch, and we've barely exchanged words. Part of me feels guilty for breaking his trust, but another part of me feels justified because he was clearly crossing boundaries with Nina. I don't know what to do next. Should I give him a chance to explain himself further? Should I leave? I'm feeling really torn, and I could use some perspective. So Reddit, am I the a-hole for reading my partner's messages and discovering something shocking? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, please.